Welcome to the 2020 Emancipation Celebration interview series in which we feature some of Dominica's cultural icons. On this program, we feature Gilles Carbon-Jno.Baptiste. She has been involved in culture development for several years. Gilles, you have had a long involvement in the promotion of folk dances especially. How would you say your interest in folk dance developed?
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence, for having me. Well, I come from that little community of Capuchin, and my father used to be a belly dancer. And as a child, the interest was always there. But as a young person growing up, we had different groups. And whenever they had the activities, we had to come to Portsmouth. And that was just a yearning in my heart. So with Mr. Buntiff as the youth officer having so many different trainings for us, here comes Panman Bellot, Savra Mackenzie and Sobers. They made a group, an NGO called the Movement for Cultural Awareness. And our group in Capuchin was kind of the down low, but there was a youth group in Clifton led by Mrs. Margaret Jules Roy. So they had different meetings with us. And it just clicked because some people wanted to dance and some of us wanted to do theater. And I said, you know, the number of persons in Capuchin that used to dance quadrille, why don't we tap their resource? And that's how it started. And the community just took it on body. Adults used to come and tell us how good we were doing and showed us, you know, our flaws and demonstrate for us. I remember a gentleman, the belly, he showed us so many different steps and he was sick for 2 weeks after that. Yes.
And of course, you have been the leader of the Capuchin Cultural Group for many years. The group has been together for a long time. What would you say are some of the things which have sort of helped to keep the Capuchin Cultural Group going for so long?
Love. We always seek to love each other by checking on each other. Not to make you feel one is better than the other or one is more in need than the other. We were always there for each other. Nobody felt unwanted. I think that was the greatest thing that has binded us even today. And we have had couple marriages in our group. So just to seal it.
Now you have also been involved in encouraging other groups and schools. You have assisted them with training and different forms of assistance. Tell us more about that.
Well, one of the reasons I went into teaching other people is because my heart is grateful. And I feel, you know, if you're grateful because people have given something to you, you have to share. And I'm forever grateful to Cultural Division because there was a cultural officer, Darrell Philip. Because we wanted to grow so much as young people, he would take time off and come and work with us. So, you know, in reviewing our group, and, you know, we always talk about sharing and giving. And because some of them were at college, and as a farmer, I had more time on my hand, it allowed me to speak to people one-on-one, and if you were interested, I ask you to form a group, or if you have a school, I find one of the teachers or a parent who can dance and who love the dance. And then I just launched into it.
If you had to choose one or two highlights or achievements of the Capuchin Cultural Group, what stands out in your mind in terms of achievements of the group?
There are a number of them. One when we won the Commonwealth Youth Service Award in 2000. And the fact that Capuchin Cultural Group could produce a group of musicians. And up to today, I mean, Michael Matthew lives in the United States of America, but everybody talks about Michael because he has the accordion as his own. And it's like he's in Dominica and he keeps promoting. So for me, in my heart, I know it has touched him and made him the young man that he is. So for me, I'll give that one tops.
As you look towards the future, Gilles, for you personally, how do you see your own personal involvement in cultural development?
Well, as long as I have breath and I've got health and strength, I will. For the matter of fact, I am trying to learn to play the different instruments. Because young people, you do the investment, but they themselves have to get higher education. And they cannot always be there with you. So for me, I want to be the person as long as I am able, if a young person wants to learn in the future, that I have that skill that I can pass it on.
And in closing, Gilles, what words of encouragement would you give to cultural groups across Dominica, persons involved in arts and culture across the country, given the challenges that we have been facing, even with the recent COVID situation? What words of encouragement would you give to persons involved in culture in Dominica?
I want to encourage them to continue, because that is what will make you truly Dominican. And you see, if you don't have it, you can give it. And if you're part of a group and you feeling you should leave the group, I want to encourage you to remain in that group, because this is your contribution. Somebody has given to you and you are supposed to give back. So you are shortchanging yourself to be passive and to say you are not doing. You're just hurting yourself. So as a Dominican, whatever you're doing, the challenges are going to come. It's not going to get any better, because we are all different people. We value different things. So you know what you have, just hold on and don't let go. God is going to enable you to do the rest.
Well, thank you very much, Gilles, for joining me on the program. I want to congratulate you on your outstanding contribution to cultural development in Dominica, and to continue to encourage you to do even more as long as, you know, God blesses us, all of us, with life and health and strength. Thank you very much for joining me on the program.
Thank you again, Mr. Lawrence, for having me. God bless everyone.
And I am Raymond Lawrence on behalf of the Cultural Division.